on too. I was like, wow, I didn't know that this oven has driven you to vape.
Thermometer.
There you go. Well, anyway, hi everybody, and welcome to MEI. My name is Philip. I'm the publisher, which is what I call myself in this one.
Oh, you got me that time.
And I'm joined by our wonderful players. We're so happy to be here, players.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, say it's good to be back, players. That would have been better.
It's good to be back, players. We're so happy to be here, players.
Wow.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Thank you all for joining me tonight. We've been a little bit. Oh, hi MEI. That's a good one to book a dagger. We've been out for a few weeks, which is a shame. Because we had to do 3 votes for tonight's episode. Kevin, you don't know the vote. Oh my gosh. When I said, they don't know the vote, I told Ka the vote before you guys logged on. Ka can't play tonight. He logged on to say hello to me. And I did ask him what his reaction would be to the vote. And he told me, so we're ready to go. Because KJ's reaction to oh hi Mark. Oh hi MEI. Oh hi Mark. KJ's reaction to it was pretty darn beautiful of a thing.
It's pretty strong.
Because also, I feel like that would be both like
my favorite gift to use.
It's fun because that's both how KJ and Faudelin would feel. This isn't like the Faudelin does. She's like, what? I don't know that she'd have the sort of malicious glee to it, but she's like, oh, people are laughing. Let's all laugh.
Feels like that's Faudelin, and then Mr. Glurk is going to be more like Joe Pesci, funny how.
Yeah.
He's like,
you think I'm here to amuse you? So, let's talk about, let's kind of get into this just because, these games can go on long. In our last session, you guys crafted a portable bathtub for Margrave Mud.
That's right.
This was 3 weeks ago, I guess? Yeah, 3 weeks ago. Also, now this is not Faudelin, I don't think she cares, but KJ scored a major victory the preceding week because there was also a 2-week vote there in which it was determined that Lighthouse has lost his voice to a sea witch, who I believe the way you phrased it in your thing, who then fucks off.
Fucks off, never to be seen again. Very specifically.
Of course, he then had a little crab who was talking for him, but that was shenanigans. Anyway,
debatably worse.
It was debatably worse. I always try to make things go worse.
So then this week we're focused on getting his voice back. Understand?
Real monkey
that's all we're doing.
Yeah.
So after and Faudelin requested everyone do preferably nude meditation because it was bathtub related. That week you guys basically crafted this bathtub and the manticore because Asheen asked if he knew of any like planes that had nothing but viscosity.
Oh, right.
He got a really
I was just trying to be flippant. And
he got a real good kind of like idea for evil, and you guys managed to craft a very, very good. I think we had some pretty. Yeah, we had some pretty darn high rolls on that, like an average of 70 or something. So you did a great job of it with the various things you had to do. But it was then because Mr. Glurk had a feeling that also Margrave Mud, he's a whatever, and he has something that isn't toes. That was a whole thing. A lot of like, these aren't my toes, but they're like toes. You gave him a not toe ring. That was the summoning item that he has on him, so he can kind of dismiss this thing at will. He can choose any viscous substance to fill it, and they are magical in nature, and they come out to exactly whatever he wants, but there's something kind of weird about it. Like, there's powerful magic on it. And Mr. Glurk, like, really wanted to know, like, whatever it was the Manticore did, because Mr. Glurk and the Manticore have really gone down the road here on bringing in energy from other planes. They did it with their preceding item as well, the Phantom Revolver. They somehow managed to channel the spirit of the West, despite that not being something they're so sort of familiar with. Because not the Phantom Revolver, rather, I guess they called it the Big Western Justice, but the sort of equivalent of the Phantom Revolver, where you could shoot giant Wild West monsters out of it. So, with all of this done, Mr. Glurk was like, okay, tell me, like, what did we do? How did this work? The Manticore revealed, and he also had a scab on his hand, which I have to roll something about. That's exciting. that they went to basically the blood world, to the bleed, it's called, where the Scab King is in control. Somewhere that we, canonically, though not on stream, we have known the Manticore to be connected to. So basically, the Fae won't be harmed by these bloodbaths he's taking, literal bloodbaths, but Mr. Glurk and Manticore have unlocked fundamental understandings of how you access other planes. To the point, Mr. Glurk, I didn't make a big deal out of this then because it didn't occur to me to, but actually there is an ongoing benefit for you and the Manticore having done this. And that is this. You now have a specialized Arcana skill which uses your Arcana modifier but counts as a different skill for interplanar theory. So in other words, in skill challenges, if that one would ever apply, you can do that without expending your Arcana roll.
All right.
Yeah, so in other words, you guys now
So we
have
are
that
the
expertise.
summoning.
You guys have done this. The Manticore may, you know, but you, the two of you together have figured these things out. However, there's a part of you that's like, what-oh? And also, the Manticore has a little scab on his hand. So, with all of that, and with a vape pen thermometer in hand.
Meat thermometer.
Vape pen meat thermometer. Vape pen meat thermometer sounds like a band.
It really does. Like that is an early 2000s indie band, 100%. Like they opened for OK Go at one point.
Mm-hmm. Actually, no, I take it back. They didn't. I don't think vape pen was a thing then.
E-cigarettes were.
E-cigarettes were, but I don't think they called them vape pens the way they did.
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah. Dang, man, time, you know? It should have been a band. All right, is there anything I forgot from my summary?
No. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But I do want to, having heard Big Western Justice again,
Yeah.
I really feel like we should open up a restaurant and call it that. Or we should start making items on our menu that are named after what the items we make.
The amazing items you've made over time. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well.
The tub's going to be weird, but hey.
Yeah, you called that, I had to kind of extrapolate what you'd called that based on viscous relaxation is what you called it. Although that could be a nice drink.
Yeah.
Kind of a
Oh,
thick,
that's a great drink.
a
Never
nice,
mind.
like a slushy is viscous relaxation.
Yeah.
You pair it pairs well with your
Yeah,
double
that's like
bacon Big Western Justice.
Yeah, it's like you get that.
Bacon, Big Western Justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, you know, a double bacon Big Western Justice Jr. if you have, like, one of the kiddies with you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, when I was a teenager and we were all so irritating, some of my friends and I went to a place called Texas Land and Cattle that was like a very kind of, you know, like Texas themed. Why do we go to Texas themed places in Texas? Like a steakhouse, you know, like a steakhouse chain, like nicer than Outback, not quite Morton's. You know what I mean? Like that thing. So we went there. And we were ordering, and a lot of the things had like Western-y sort of names. And my friend ordered a Rodeo Coke, which was not on the menu. And I was like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. That's the coolest idea.
Rodeo Coke.
And I'll take a Rodeo Coke, please. The guy's like, what's a Rodeo Coke? He's like, I don't know. Don't you call it a Rodeo Coke because it's a cowboy place? Waiters didn't
And
like
then you
us.
got a Coke with spit in it.
Yeah.
He did. I didn't do that. I ordered a water
tobacco
and said,
juice
thank you,
is
sir.
what ended up.
Yeah.
That's a rodeo Coke right there.
Yeah. Rodeo Coke from New York City. Let's reference more
Wow,
90s
that
ads,
is a
shall we?
deep advertising pull.
New
remember
York
those.
City. That's great. Those are great. All right. Well, if we don't have any other ones in mind, I think we're gonna manage to somehow get started before 7:50 Pacific time. So,
God,
Asheen,
we're losing our touch.
do what I can.
The time
Asheen, Mr. Glurk, and Fonnelin gather. Oh, and Reginald. Reginald Ysmir is here. And Will I don't think Will comes to the morning meetings anymore unless he's asked. But you guys are brought in, and you're actually asked to come sort of like earlier. You sort of messages are sent to you all. because there is a bit of a kind of an emergency of some kind. As you all enter, some of you I know just live here anyway. I think Glurk and Fondlin probably are often just here all the time. Asheen, you're probably coming in from your apartment over by the place. But I think anyone who has a passive perception of 15 or higher probably notices, Mr. Glurk, I think that may be you alone. You probably notice that one of the sort of other sort of chambers where, stuff is sometimes, people sometimes wait, an antechamber, is closed. And it appears occupied. And in fact, one of the sales staff for going in there and bringing some food or something in there. So you notice that some stuff is up.
Starting early today.
You are indeed. As you enter, Lustra is there, and Lustra does not even make a comment apologizing for how dark things are on some element of her that is not dark at all, because that's how serious matters are.
Oh.
And she will say, "Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that you're all here. I'm sorry that we had to call this in early, but there is an urgent situation that requires your attention. Having consulted with our various sort of plans for what is going on this week, though we did have a couple of offers that could still be done in the future for crafting very lucrative for us and dazzling items for the magical heroes of Earth. It was determined that there is another job we're going to need to take today."
That pays more?
"Well, Mr. Glurk, about that." And Reginald says, "Of course it pays more. It has to pay more. There's no way it wouldn't pay more."
Yeah.
And she would say, "Well, no, Mr. Glurk, as it happens, this job actually is going to be done without payment."
Fast.
Is there what's sort of the name? Why would we? I'm willing to sort of work for a good cause here.
Understood. Well, at this point, Asheen throws up. Or sorry, not Asheen. Reginald throws up. Oh. And he vomits and he goes, "Oh." He's like, "No, I can't. Sorry, I'm so disgusted at the idea that we're going to do a job at cost."
I'm with you, man.
And, and
if we're
she
not
says,
charging anything,
"Yeah, this won't be at cost." Yes, exactly. This is we will probably be incurring a great cost in order to undertake this emergency crafting situation. I'm so sorry. Reginald throws up again.
I would do that too if I could.
I'm sure you actually could. Just a recycle package.
It's like the end of Terminator 2, where you're just throwing yourself up.
Yep. Why would we do this?
Well, it is because, and we can bring them in a moment to give you the specifics, and we might wish to bring in the Manticore at that point. This is going to be done on behalf of Nimia, Princess of Magic. There is an emerging threat to the Sorceresphere. And as such, hello, Fondlin.
Oh, what are you guys doing here?
Oh, we're having an emergency meeting. Sorry to wake you so early.
Oh, it's okay.
Fondlin, you see that
for free.
Yes, today's. Oh, I knew Fondlin would back me up on this. Reginald is sick, and he actually says, I can't do this, and he goes out to recover. But yes, she will explain. Unfortunately, if you recall that we declined to help Nimia recently try to repair the Spear of Runagash.
No, but go on.
Well, we did. And it appears that I cannot tell if she attempted it on her own or somehow it was stolen. But basically now Princess Dahut and the Spectre Mage Runagash now actually have it and are sort of about to bring the armies of Lerloy back and attempt a sort of horrible conquest. And they have a great deal of power. And Have you not noticed everyone so worried about these reports this morning?
But what's that got to do with us?
Well, they were asked when Nimia came here. She was trying to determine what is the best crafting guild in town who could do this, and I volunteered us.
Well, we are the best crafting guild in town. That's for sure.
That's the idea. We are the best crafters, and if you do this,
I see. Oh, okay, Mr. Glurk, I might be able to rationalize this. I think it's too late for Reginald. I think he's already got an ulcer, but it's not we're not doing this for free. It's a marketing expense. So we do this and it gets our name out more. Sorry, Fallen, let me translate that for you. It's for the good vibes.
Oh.
But I'm assuming the invading army will need stuff too.
Well, we can also sell to them.
We really, in that case, I remember Mr. Glurk, how we don't like to sell people who would use our items against us.
Correct.
So we don't want to sell to them because they would.
Oh, even if we supply them?
Yes. Well, what they would probably do is Runagash would try to ensnare your souls to be his permanent crafters in that case.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound very appealing.
How does he pay?
No payment. Forever.
Okay, we probably don't want to take that deal then.
Yes.
Yeah.
In any event, I given the situation, I'm going to bring in Nimia is here. Ivasar as well, and so are a couple of their other allies who've been assisting.
Ivysaur.
Ivasar.
Isn't what I just said?
No, you said Ivysaur, and we've talked about this many times. Ivasar. Yeah. So she sort of heads out, and also says, I think I'm going to send in the Manticore. It's really not great timing for Reginald to be out right now. That's a real shame.
Yeah, but at least he didn't leave us empty-handed. I'll just start eating his.
Oh my god! I just start swatting your nose. No, Mr. Glurk.
Bad Glurk. Bad Plasmoid. The Manticore walks in and says,
"We have a whole pub and restaurant."
Mr. Glurk, that's disgusting. Keep it up. What is going on today, everyone? What's the situation? Things seems very abuzz right now.
I think we have to do something free.
Oh, well.
To prevent our souls from being trapped and...
To prevent our souls from what now? And where was I?
From having to work for eternity for some guy.
It's not only that we're going to do a job for free, but I don't know that the stakes have ever been higher, because if we sort of fail, then an invading army comes in and enslaves ourselves and many other people into eternal servitude.
Oh, well, we'd better do a great job. Fortunately, Mr. Glurk and I have some new tricks up our sleeve. He kind of gives Mr. Glurk some kind of look.
I'm gonna lean to Fawn. I was like, okay, there's definitely tension between those two, right?
Oh, maybe they had a bad lay last night.
Okay.
What is
it feels new is all. Just want to make sure I'm not the only one seeing anything.
The Manicore's passive perception is 22.
With a knife.
And his response to that will be, "Ha! It's never been bad with me. Listen, everyone." Or at least never for me. So, my friends, what's the deal? What's the job? What are we?
That's not the endorsement you think it is.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it is. But please, just for the record, don't tell your vampire friend. I don't need her getting any ideas. At this point, Lustra returns with Nimia, the Princess of Magic. So, she's like an iconic 70s, comic book princess character. Is Ivasar coming in? No, natural 1. He is not. He's just so upset he's sleeping in the next room. However, she is joined by one of her allies in this mission, a Yeti who kind of gives you guys the vibe of Sheriff Bigfoot. She's a little smaller, white fur, and her name is... You fucked it up? I'm so sorry.
It's edible. I just fucked it up.
Okay. As long as you're not going to end up with
because we didn't do medium
dysentery.
No.
Was
I
this
went
the
too far.
Oregon Trail?
You went the other direction. Well, that's the
Yeah.
safer direction to go. Better over than under. So Lester brings in Nimia. She brings in Susan, who is Susan kind of nods to him and goes, hi. But you guys all think of Sheriff Bigfoot when you see Susan. She's kind of like.
Have you tried the Big Western Justice?
Yeah. Howdy, partner.
What? Why are they saying howdy, partner? Nimia says, I have no time to think of such things. They're also, however, joined by a man in a wetsuit with a snorkel.
Oh, well, that actually seems like the most normal thing here.
And he's like, this city's crazy. Oh, boy.
I think that snorkel's gonna do him much good.
I
Hi, guys.
It depends on what his lung capacity's like, you know? He could just sort of swim up the edge of the city for a while with the snorkel poking into the city.
Oh, like upside down.
Yeah. Well, rivers, he doesn't have to go too deep in a river. He's always got somewhere to go. But he'll just kind of come in and say, hi, hello. And the manticore goes, hello, Riverman. Riverman sees manticore goes, And Susan's like, what's wrong? And he goes, that guy, he's a
new hire. Sort of a rehabilitation program, I think.
He's been doing great work.
Great work. Oh,
Work
speaking
release,
of which,
I guess.
Speaking of which, he looks at his hand where there had been a scab. I am now rolling a very, very momentous roll.
Please be careful. I'm eating. I'm very tired today. Be very careful how descriptive you get about this.
Noted and accepted and...
What do we want it?
And ignored.
No, not ignored. There's no scab anymore. He didn't.
Yeah.
It healed.
There
He
you
got
go.
away scot-free because he's a villain.
What did he have to get, and what did he get?
I needed him to roll a 19 or a 20. He rolled a 19.
Oh.
Upon thinking of that, I could have just rolled a D10. I was doing.
No, it's better this.
It's better a D20. Also, had he gotten an 18, I would have said there was just like a little one left. I would have like skated. Like there could be some varying degrees.
Mm-hmm.
You, Mr. Glurk, it's like he like scratches at it and he's like, ooh, it's all gone. Yes, he kind of gets real smug.
Healed up quick.
Indeed, fortune is with us. We really drew a little blood. I mean, don't worry. Lestra says, Princess, if you would please explain to us precisely what it is you'd like for us to craft. Nimmy says, yes, there is only one way to stop them now. For Runagash and Dahut, they have the spear. If only I could have taken control of it, but now we must take control of Lerloy ourselves. I've been told that you are the finest crafters in this city. Finer than Quintessa Deluxe.
Beyond the city.
Finer than Ziddy and Radlin. But you can accomplish wonders. So I come to you humbly, for your own sake and the sake of not only the City of East and the whole realm, but other realms where my dear friends here, Riverman, champion of flowing water, and Susan, ice-blooded warrior of the mountains.
I just didn't want Susan to have a title at all.
Susan's like, just Susan's fine. Also Susan, they can. Susan goes, why do you know what a Bigfoot is? I'm not a Bigfoot. I'm a Yeti.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. No, we did a job for a Sheriff Bigfoot like a few weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Good guy. Like you, but with
nothing like me. Nothing like me.
Vibe's very different.
Thank you. Oh, hi. She kind of gives Fadlin a nod or whatever. Like, she gets it. Nimia says,
What?
What?
It's what?
Precisely. Nimia will say, Susan, we must focus.
Well, if I may so humbly as well tell you that you've come to the right place. Not only are we the best crafters in the city, we're the best crafters in the world. There isn't a job we can't solve. There isn't a thing we can't make.
Well, I'm very excited to hear that.
Well, worlds actually, because I know we've met people from the multiverse, so I'd have to say,
Universes.
In all dimensions, I would say we're the best crafters.
All
Humbly,
existence.
of course.
Well,
All existence, yes, Mr. Glurk.
Not humbly.
What we're going to need you to craft is a scepter to take control of Lair Loy. Lair Loy. And no roll required, because you probably have at least a +10 to history, right?
+5.
+5 to history. Lair Loy is like the former seat of like an evil ancient empire, you know. And Runagash, you know who he is, what he's doing. So basically the idea is she's saying, you're going to have... she'll phrase it, she'll say, the only thing that can stop them now. Otherwise, open war will happen. A war that I do not know that we can win. Against phantom armies. We will have to create a scepter to rule Lair Loy, to steal it from the spear, now used by the Princess Dahut, and the Spectre Mage Runagash. Something that can supplant their power over the place.
Did you used to have the spear?
Well, we had the spear, but it was broken, and we were trying to put it together, but then her forces got it and put it together, and that's why they're doing all of this.
Uh-huh. So then do we need to make sure we put something in here so you don't lose this one, too?
Well, I didn't lose that one. I mean, sure, I suppose, if it could not be lost, but... inevitably, even I, Nimia, Princess of Magic, will die. And then it must be able to pass to someone else. To make sure that the scepter never falls into the wrong hands. Someone with the right hands.
Is it sort of merit-based, or is it sort of travel through your bloodline?
Oh.
Like, will the next Princess of Magic come from your family?
She gets really dark and cryptic and goes, do not trust my bloodline. There are questions. And there'll be like a panel of her and like Princess Dahut implying like, wait, are they actually related? Oh no, is this a big revelation she's having? I don't know if it is, but like there's rumors about it. So she's no.
Okay, so
yes, worthiness.
Okay, then we won't tie it directly to your blood.
Manticore gives Mr. Glurk a nod, like, we know about blood. But yes, something can only be wielded by sort of the kind-hearted. Yes, that would be amazing. That would prevent Lair Loy from ever being in their hands again. And the souls there could rest.
Maybe we could make it so that if they're not worthy, they won't even be able to pick it up.
I feel like we're flirting with something dangerous by doing that. I feel like that's an idea that
if they be worthy.
That feels an area we don't want to go into, too similar to something else. Yes.
What if their vibes are good?
That's more that feels safer. For whatever reason, that feels a safer area.
Those that pass the vibe check can wield the scepter.
Yes, but I think let's say anyone can pick it up. That's fine.
Sure.
We won't have that be part of it. Now, what will it be made of? How about herb metal?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be incredible, but this is a difficult task, and you will need priceless material to do something like this.
That your supply?
I have nothing. We have come with nothing but the weapons on our back. But you'll need to be able to craft this and and you'll have to do it quickly, for the armies are already being summoned.
Can we at least take a look at what you brought?
What we brought? Nothing but the robes on our back and the.
Oh.
We barely escaped with our lives.
Just remember, I have to check off my spells because I went this morning to polymorph a creature so they could eat a cake.
Exactly.
So we could get
Riverman will add. I wasn't much help. I thought we were escaping by a river, but it was a creek.
Huh.
Sorry.
So just rivers.
What's rivers?
Just rivers. That's all.
Wait, just rivers? Like rivers that are like fair and like
only rivers is what I'm saying. So like creeks, cricks, streams.
What about them?
Babbling brooks.
Yeah.
Those are all no's for you.
Oh no, they're fine. I like a babbling brook as much as the next guy. It's just not my powers.
Understood.
Irrigation. I like irrigation channels as well.
How about aqueducts?
Yep. Love an aqueduct.
Deltas.
Yeah. It's a little silty, but yeah. They're okay.
Hot springs.
Who springs? Those
sprinklers that just go like a fan.
Yeah, sure. Those are great too. Yep. All pretty good.
What about like storms? Like if it's a big storm and then has a bunch of flow, like a.
Well, it could be scary, but I like the smell. Like I like the smell before it rains.
What's about a atmospheric river?
Oh, man, you guys are asking some tough questions. Tried once, didn't have much effect.
Huh.
What about a river of lava?
Same deal. Yep.
What about Rivers Cuomo?
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
This is where I landed too the first time we ever heard about this character.
I did. My powers rivers. I don't know. I found like I only like the early stuff. Yeah.
River Phoenix.
Who's that?
Exit. Yeah.
Susan will. The Manticore is just watching all of this. Like, so if I can just sorry to be the voice of reason here. If I can just circle back, just to clarify, you want us to craft a scepter that can take control of the forces of Lair Loy, which I've basically read about. Go ahead.
Chimera. Estuaries.
Did you just call me Chimera?
Sorry, Manticore.
I'm actually offended. Rivers like,
should be.
Yeah, I think yes, estuaries exist. What are your questions here, by the way? You guys just listing kinds of water, which I could do that all day.
We're easily distracted here.
Sorry.
Manticore, please, continue.
Well, thank you, Mr. Glurk. I just can't believe he called me Chimera. Yes, the issue is this.
Sorry, it's been a while. It's been a while since we've been.
You're trying to have us craft a scepter of control over not just a creature, but an entire army of sort of undead, unstoppable legions. One that can only be wielded by the pure-hearted, with good vibes. He sort of gestures to Thonolin. And you need us to craft this in direct opposition to a spear already held by the one who first bound these forces. Just so I understand. That's the level of... that's the degree of difficulty we're talking about. Nimi says yes. And I will give you any magical assistance I can. But I am no crafter. Manticore says, fascinating. This is a very difficult task. But he kind of looks at Mr. Glurk and says, I have a couple of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, and if there are any things that, specific items that we can try to find them, although Ivasar, my sort of companion and the barbarian I've been fighting with, he is injured, but I'm sure that Riverman and Susan can, and I'm trying to cast healing magic to heal his injuries here. Your Lustra has been kind enough to let us stay with you. But we will,
We have something.
I'm sure you guys have healing magic, but this is like, he's been cursed by some shenanigans.
Didn't we keep a tub or something?
A tub? Of healing?
Like we made the guy something. Didn't we do something? Can't we put him in something?
Maybe, actually. That is kind of weirdly sounding familiar.
Or maybe I'm thinking of the hot
Like a
tub
back
from
to
the
tank?
other game.
You're thinking of the hot tub from the other game.
Yeah, okay, sorry, never mind.
All good.
It's like, I know we put someone in something to heal them.
We'll have to build a back to tank then.
I was just gonna say, back to tanks for next.
So as this goes on, she's as Manticore is kind of thinking and considering some stuff. Sort of Lustra will say, "Very well, thank you," and she'll kind of come and say, "So, once you settle on a plan, we'll need a materials list. I'm sure there are some of the basic materials we need, but I know there are going to be components for something like this that we simply don't have. So, let's go ahead and get the design figured out, and we'll work on that immediately."
Okay, well, we need a scepter. So we want to make it sort of collapsible? Right, so that it sort of can, like, be more easily hidden. So maybe she can sort of keep it in a more secure location on her person.
The Manticore will say, "I don't know that that's a priority. I can't imagine someone in possession of one of these things will be the shrinking violet type. But doesn't hurt to try."
It'll need to do a vibe check or whatever we're...
The vibe check part, that's going to be complicated.
Yeah, that's sort of I think the sort of
a worthiness
taking
check
control, I think I've got a bit of knowledge about sort of suggestion and mind manipulation with sort of some of the spells I know that might be able to sort of help with that aspect of it, sort of taking control of the entire plane. So that aspect I think I can lay some expertise into, but the vibe check part of it.
Wow.
That feels like you, Funnelin. It feels like your expertise.
I can do it.
And then...
I don't know yet, actually. I know that you're good at it. You're always right about it. I just don't know how we take that and put it in a stick, you know?
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And then, is it taking over just like an undead army, or is it taking over like a whole realm, or is it like...
From what I understand of your lair lore, it is a sort of, various ancient armies were sort of slain and bound to Rune Agash using the ancient runes. And he can always add more, kind of growing this sort of spectral, mystical force. Often those they kill then join this sort of eternal throng. The point being, what we're trying to do is usurp his hold on that.
What if we were to augment a zone of truth spell to be a zone of vibe? Right, like it's basically like it basically creates a thing where it reveals your vibe. And if they align, it's sort of like a vibration, like a resonance. If you vibrate at the same vibration, you can grab it. Oh, I'm mad at me for that one, KG. Don't worry.
That was a rough one.
That's hard. It's a hard one to get past.
I think we can be done there. I think I solved everything.
And where did the first one come from?
Well, the first
spear.
The first spear was crafted by Rune Agash, was what he used to sort of slay, to sort of first put this wickedness into those generals he killed, and then their souls took the sort of cascading souls of all the other soldiers. The idea is that
unfortunate.
All the souls passed through the spear.
Dealing with all this undead stuff and dealing with needing to understand people's core. God, I really wish Will wasn't such a deadbeat. Really.
I wish he didn't suck so fucking much.
Oh.
In order to steal that much power, in order to steal from something already, we're going to need a higher degree of strength. We're going to need something even more powerful than that very ancient necrotic magic.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there are many other planes from which we could pull such magic. The question is, what kind of magic do we want to usurp this sort of undead thrall, this eternal army?
It's not my level of expertise here, but do you think? And maybe I'll know this. Do you think it's better to use divine magic to counter it, or should we just try to find more powerful necrotic magic?
Now we're talking. Sheen, why don't you do an Arcana check to think on that point?
Well, does she want to negate the army or use the army?
29.
29. A 29 would make you think, are you going to leave it there? You technically can't use your hero dice on non-crafting things. I wouldn't.
Wait, hang on. Sorry, I also should have used guidance on that. 32.
32. With a 30, certainly you could just use more powerful necrotic magic. Definitely divine could be like an undercutting it in a more intense way. Stealing divine power is harder than stealing necrotic power, probably. But it would probably be more effective. But I think with a 30, you think, like, theoretically you could kind of use any of them. Some will be harder, some will be easier, some will come with more. You know, like, you could use infernal magic. That would actually probably be easy. But having the person have the right vibe using infernal magic, that would be harder. Divine magic would be harder to steal, but easier to ensure the person using it lined up with a more divine, approach. Elemental would be a real, like, out of nowhere vibe. You also, with a 30, know that the armies, though it is using sort of like, it is definitely like they're undead, their stuff. There's a lot of kind of like they're called the Eldritch armies. So it is very magic, pure magic based as well. Okay. Yeah. So, but that means you could also do other realms of pure magic or other sort of, superseding things.
So I'm thinking, friends here, that we either go with something of divine magic, just because it does seem like this is sort of a item we're making to be a force of good against an imposing army, which means if someone wields it in the future, they got to align with that, which also means that people who align with that probably aren't going to use it against us, which is also sort of a good insurance policy. Or we go something more neutral, more just pure magic based. Though that sort of makes it, if neutrality is what we're after, then that sort of makes anyone to pick it up, be able to use it. Honestly.
Well, you can still set what the vibe you're after is, but it's a good point. It would be, keeping things more generic means they're a bit more open-ended.
I think divine.
Yeah, and also, like, if we steal from the divine, let's be honest, they're probably going to be more like a slap on the wrist kind of people. Or if you steal from necrotic, they're going to be more like a claim your soul kind of people. If they discover the affront,
Borrow. More borrow.
Siphon.
It's a good word.
I feel like you've never...
Drink your milk.
Utilize. Partner with.
Manticore is simultaneously trying to shush Faudelin while also nodding that she's right. Like, he wants Faudelin to know she's correct, but also is like, Ixnay. Yeah, he'd probably be under his breath being like, yeah, you've really never pissed off an angel before, have you? Okay. Well, the Manticore kind of smiles that sort of wicked grin and says, I don't know, Mr. Glurk, do you think it would be possible to channel the power of the gods? To craft a holy scepter using the very power of creation. You think we're there?
Jesus Christ, Will, you're so useless.
I think so. It's a shame we don't get paid for it, but...
Indeed.
Literally one of your abilities is channel divinity. God damn it, Will.
Really?
Yeah.
What
a fucking turd! Oh my god.
He'll,
we can still borrow him, right? He's still here.
He is here, that's true. I suppose you could ask him to stop on that. Well,
that's the right.
Based on this, so with this, actually, let's do a group. This will just be let's do a group Arcana check.
Okay.
You may add dice to this if you want, but we're just all gonna everybody roll Arcana, and we'll just see how you guys fare for this.
Is it just the die, or you want the add the Arcana?
Yeah, you can add your modifier, but it's
Okay.
26.
26.
Also 26.
26, 31, 26.
It's like weird measurements.
Those are some weird measurements.
Yeah.
Ooh. An average of 29. So close.
Fuck yeah.
But still, 29 is very good.
Did you use your guidances?
Did you two guidance yourselves?
No, can I?
Yes.
+4. So 35.
You hit right at 120
Woo!
Oh, nice.
with that total. So, with a total of 30, realizing that you're going to be, doing, what do we call it? Oh, there's the person of this. Hold on. Did I ever give her any kind of shenanigans? Yeah, okay, here we go. There'll be many terms for it, but you will be soul steel. You require the holy divine metal from the birth of creation, what is known as soul steel. In order to craft what you need to craft, you're going to need soul steel. In addition, you will also need some kind of divine or purely radiant gem to sort of be the focal point atop it.
I don't think we have either of those.
Did you check the back? Maybe it's in the back.
Tell you what, Mr. Glurk, roll a D100.
Okie dokie.
This is we're not doing this other rule, so this is high good, low bad. This isn't Call of Cthulhu.
97.
97?
97.
So that's the equivalent of rolling a natural 20, because you're in the sort of top thing. Well, you're like, hold on, let's go check the back room. I think with a 97, let's blame Fonelin. Fonelin, there is, in fact, Mr. Glurk, as you go back there, you do find a glowing, perfect sphere of pure, glass that is just radiating, radiant light.
Huh. Wonder where we got this from.
Well, I think that was here when we moved in.
Sort of seeing that, she'll go, Lust will say, Fonelin, is this, did you make this gem, or have you worked this gem before?
Have I?
I don't know. Also, whether or not Fonelin has is irrelevant to what Fonelin says.
Maybe. Why?
Well, I do you think it's okay for us? I mean, can we use this, and will this work for our purposes?
Yeah, maybe just try it.
Well, okay. Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Glurk, do you think this will work?
I need to do
an investigation roll.
An investigation?
Check it over, yeah.
That is a 28.
It should work. This is probably, you might want to supplement it. You might want to add some other stuff, but this is definitely good enough to be the anchor point. You might need to you might want to add some other gems or other, materials around it. It's not like you rolled a 100, But by rolling a 97, it definitely, like, you have your sort of, like, your kind of, like, focal point for it, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Follow, where'd you get this?
Yes, I know.
Huh. All right. You got anything else back there?
Maria goes, actually, I know all about it. Just kidding, I don't. Just kidding, I know a little about it. Just kidding, I do know, but I won't tell you. Just kidding, I don't know, but I will tell you.
Can you be in the light of that, Jim?
What light? Oh, God! Fuck! Oh. Just kidding, I'm fine. Just kidding, I'm not. Just kidding, I'm crying. Just kidding, I'm crying for something unrelated. Just kidding, I'm out. Yep.
Well, it's pleasure as always.
Manticore watches her go and says, okay, so I feel like that's the first time we've seen one moment of reality for her, and that's the most I've ever liked her.
I was going to say the same thing.
She was actually authentic for about a brief second before she started lying about why she was crying.
Well, at least we got her.
She is both the one that always tells the truth and always lies. She's both She's both of the
She's
guards.
both doors. Just kidding, I'm neither. Just kidding, I'm one. Just kidding, I'm the other one. Just kidding. There's no door here. It's a window.
He's a shanty right about now.
All right. So, well, the trouble is, so that's good. So we have one key piece, but the problem is we're going to need some sort of the soul steel. We're going to need the divine metal, to find this. At this point, however,
you got that right, Lustra?
I don't know that I even have a.
You could find that for us, right?
No, there is someone we could ask.
Who's that?
I don't think you're going to like it.
I mean,
there is someone.
I don't really hate Will. It's just fun to pick on him.
No, not Will. There is someone in town who has a great deal of soul steel. It is your former employer for many of you, Quintessa Deluxe.
Well, let's go send the princess then to go get that.
Oh.
Is there another option? I don't really want to make this a co-production.
I don't know of one, but you could certainly attempt to sort of research it.
I think I'd like our archivist to try to locate another option.
Okay. I'm going to do these. There's going to be some asynchronous stuff going on here. That will be your Bastion action.
Sure.
Is to have the archivist.
Do we want him to use his thing for sourcing, or do we want him to use his thing?
You want him to think for the crafting later. So if we use it now, you're using your. We're spending the archivist on this. But Asheen, if you're calling it, you guys can each call your own shot here.
I think we, like, between, like, the spells we know and our magic and everything that we sort of have the knowledge to do the other stuff. So I think, yeah, I would rather...
Asheen's going to do it.
I'd rather not be indebted to our former employers at all, ever.
Not even your former employer.
That's also true.
Right, I'm sorry, they acquired me and then kicked me out.
All right, I'm going to make a roll on his behalf.
Even better.
Before I make this roll, I will also say, if you guys want me to, Faudelin, are you going to do the meditation?
Unless there's a better idea that I can never think of, yeah, I think that.
I'll roll it at advantage. Then I'll say that that's already ongoing. We'll give you that. Asheen, are you going to spend anything?
Like that injured guy, I probably sent him to do the meditating.
Oh, sure. Ivysaur. He did actually. He's basically Conan the Barbarian. So like Nimia is he's like twisting in pain on the ground, his rippling muscles, and Nimia is like rubbing them with oil. And talk about sexual tension. I don't know that they've had sex in all 100 issues, but boy, it seemed like they were close to. Go ahead, Asheen.
I'll add my D12 to the.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
That is an
the
11.
oiled up barbarians.
11, so he gets a plus 16.
17, I think.
Oh
no, sorry. No, you're right. Sorry.
Plus 16.
Plus 5.
What did you say, Mr. Glurk?
Oiled up barbarians? Oiled up barbarians.
Oh my god, that game was fun too. All right. So he's got a plus 16 to his usual plus thing. That's going to be high. I'm rolling this at advantage for him. Also, if you want, I can throw on any of the, your crafting crew's numbers. I don't know that I've ever done it before.
Uh-oh.
That seems bad.
I've never rolled snake eyes on 2d20s before.
And you haven't yet?
I just did.
Okay, good. Good. I don't think we have anything to reroll, so I guess that's
there's no reroll to
that.
That. Do you? So here's the situation. He still is going to have a respectable number here, with your plus 16 and his. So it's he will have a 26. If you want me to, I can expend some of the the general NPC pool to increase that. But you're going to need those as well for later for the crafting itself. So do we want to attempt to get it up a little? I mean, I will tell you what 26 is going to be. Well, that's...
So the 1 doesn't fail it automatic?
For skill checks, a 1 does not automatically fail. Although I think... Or have they changed that in the book and now it does?
I don't know. I don't know if those... what the critical rules are.
Yeah.
Because generally they've been changing things to what everyone always thinks, and everyone thinks a 1 automatically fails and a 20 automatically succeeds.
Let's look it up. Yes. No, it is not. It's a common house rule, but it doesn't say it in the new thing.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. So, with that in mind, and he does have a plus 25 modifier thanks to Pierce's 11. So that was good. So, do you want to expend any precious real estate and add to his roll? Or do we leave it there?
It's like, if we were to add 1, it would probably, like, a D8 would be... that's...
Throw on a D8?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, great. Let's do it.
3.
I rolled a 3.
Motherfucker.
Nice.
This is all because I chose it.
So
this is all infected by me.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
No.
This is all my fault.
The 2 1s, I've never done that before. That is wild. I am shocked.
Where this never happens.
That 3, guys, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. There's something must be wrong with you because I've never done this. But the 3 I just rolled on the D8 when I picked up that 8, I was like, this is gonna be a 3. I could feel it, and then it was.
Oh, so you willed it?
I don't think I willed it. I think I just knew it. I think the 8 was screaming, I'm a 3.
Are we gonna have Will's help on this? Since Reginald is out too.
That's a good point. We're down.
You are down.
People.
You are down. In fact, so, we're gonna get to that point in a moment. So we have used 1 Bastion action. Flynar comes to you and says...
Technically, because I am doing the meditation.
We've used yours, yes. So we've used 2 of our Bastion actions of it aside. You'll get 1 for Reginald. You'll get 1 for his, you'll have that for his thing. Because Will's will still be unless you're... Okay, so, with that, Flynar comes to you after his... he didn't have much time for this, but he kind of dug deep and called in favor and says, my friends, I'm so sorry to tell you this. I cannot find another source of soul steel. Nothing that can be found immediately enough. There are rumors of unknown mines on the far sides of the world and in other places, but it would appear that even since the combination of Radman House and QTL, it appears any other stores, she has collected all of it.
Sounds about right.
I'm so sorry. That being said, I can share these other missions with you if we had some means of using magic to sort of stop time temporarily. Perhaps a mission could be undertaken to find them, but these are sort of complex. Sorry, I went to Metacore there for a second. These are very complex and difficult to manage possibilities. I fear I failed you. I feel my research is I feel like I was close to finding some other opportunity, but I just have not.
Yeah, we're on a really... No, it's okay, Feinar. We're on a real tight timetable.
Thank you for pronouncing my name that way.
Just out of curiosity, where is one of these other places?
There are rumors that sort of in the Forbidden Islands there may be another mine, but it is scarce and sketchy, and for all we know, she's already gotten whatever was there.
So we either got to...
I think then perhaps the only person here who wasn't a former... Technically, well, I was an employee there for, what, a day? So she probably doesn't remember me. So perhaps me and this princess or the retinue or someone can go over and make an ask for the materials.
Or we could try to swipe it.
Oh yeah, Manticore. You want to dip back into crime for just a night, just a day?
I have to say that while I enjoy the prospect of trying to heist Quintessa Deluxe, and in fact think that would be a really fun thing to do.
We need 10 more people, and you need like 10 more people in your crew.
Well, it's magical, so I need only 6. But you know, I to be totally honest, I'm just so much more excited about trying to craft an item like this. I'd rather simply, if you think, I mean, if we have to buy it from her, will that just wipe out all of our money? And Lester says, yeah, maybe if we pay her everything we have, and we also take out another mortgage on the property, we could probably afford enough.
Well, let's do a better deal than that.
I think I can get us a better deal than that.
Okay. Well, yes, of course. Try to, because otherwise, I mean, the market rate would be around that.
I'll attempt to.
But I do think you're going to take the princess.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think that would carry the most.
I don't know that you should take Riverman.
No, I think he's fine. He can stay here. And Susan. The princess and Susan.
Okay.
If you want to, Susan, of course.
Susan's just like eating some of those cookies. Sure, I don't really get what's going on here, guys. She said she needed help, and I've punched a few things so far, and whatever. Yeah, okay. We're talking about princess? Sure, let's go. Do you think she likes big hairy ladies? Princess,
maybe.
We're not talking to a princess, we're talking to a wealthy woman. Oh, think she likes big hairy ladies?
Yeah, I definitely.
Okay. So,
do your best.
You guys get an audience at QDL immediately. We're able to pull some strings, and Quintessa Deluxe makes a big deal of sort of saying in the replies you go over that she's very happy to clear her schedule to sort of speak to people from MEI and Nimia, of course. So, Asheen, you, Nimia, Princess of Magic, and Susan, no further title, walk into the QDL offices and are sent right into sort of the main beautiful hall. You've been to this building when you were working here for a couple of days, but you sort of go into this main sort of office room where Quintessa Deluxe kind of turns away and gestures you all into a room, and she just goes, she's dressed impeccably, kind of coif of kind of white hair on top of her head. Says, yes, what can I do for all of you? I'm so glad we can finally meet like this. What's your name? Which one are you? Are you Morthwill?
No, I'm O'Sheen.
O'Sheen. O'Sheen, Quintessa. My friends call me
Quintessa.
Quinn.
Quinn, are we friends? Or should I just still call you Quintessa? I don't want to make assumptions. We just met.
What can I do for you, O'Sheen?
Well, Quintessa. We have been contacted here by the princess on sort of a dire need of crafting. And we've got the designs, we've got sort of the specs for the item she needs to stop a rather catastrophic invasion of our of our world that would see all of us made into slaves.
Yes, Runagash is coming back. I understand.
Yeah.
We've been putting all sorts of wards up just in case, but you know how little those can do when it really matters.
And so, of course, we've agreed to do this pro bono for the princess here. We're not making anything off of it.
Well, of course, who would ever try to make something off of a situation this valuable?
We wouldn't want to, we wouldn't want to sort of profiteer off of, well, a war,
Of course not. No.
So, but the thing we've run into is, we need to craft this weapon out of soul steel. As we understand, you've sort of cornered the market on that particular material. We can't find another supply other than your stores.
You have to do it out of soul steel.
Indeed.
Well, we've been trying to... what size of a thing? Is it for a massive automata? Some kind of...
No, a scepter.
Oh. Just a scepter?
Just a scepter.
Oh, we'll have it, of course. That's fine.
Oh. Well, that was much easier than I expected.
Well, I mean, of course I'm going to... of course I'm going to help with this.
Well, all right then.
Of course you know how to work it. Soul steel?
Well, I myself don't, but I'm not really the metal crafter. Much more of a wood carver, but we've got the people who know how to work it, yes.
Your metal crafters have worked with soul steel before?
I feel like Will's mentioned that.
Okay.
You seem concerned. Is there something I should know? Because I don't know how to work it. So is there something I should
Make a
know?
religion check.
Sure. Great.
We also, I'm not there, I know that, but we also have that specific metal crafter.
You do. Who is your steel druid?
Yeah.
You do have that.
It's her whole thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and add a bardic inspiration on that for myself. That is so bad. That was a 1 on the D12 for that. So that's gonna bring us to a 16 religion check.
You don't know what the big deal is.
All right.
She goes, Morthwill, was it?
Oh, yeah. Will. Yeah.
Will? Okay. Well, go ahead and go. Like she's saying to some like stunned assistant, I'm going to come down, prepare a carrier. We're going to deliver them, a full. I don't know how much it would be. We'll deliver them about 40 pounds of soul steel, just so we have any things we need. And they're like 40 pounds. Yes, this is important. I can't imagine you'll need more than 20, but let's do double just in case, because for the Princess of Magic, and thank you, my lady. It is so appreciated, your name and reputation. I'm just surprised you didn't come to me, but I understand. Right now, this isn't about egos. This is about making sure that we work together to craft something wonderful. We'll be over with it shortly. And she kind of goes to, collect her soul steel.
All right. Can I just... Since she brought it up so many times, can I just make an insight check?
Sure.
About what's going on here?
Yeah.
It just feels far too willing. Far too. 27.
She's hard to read, Machine. But I will say this with a 27. You get a bad feeling that your boy Morthwill probably does not know how to use this stuff.
Sure.
You have a real sinking feeling. So, in any case, Sheen, if you and Nimia and Susan return, and you guys begin, or unless you don't.
No, I'll return.
So if you guys return, I mean, obviously, everyone is doing this. Everyone's working on this. You guys are everyone's prepping everything. You've got various designs. They're crafting the molds to put stuff into, all of that, etc., etc. But you can report to everyone that.
Oh, so she just gave it to us?
What? Lustra's like, she did?
Just gave us 40 pounds of it.
Oh, sweet.
40 pounds? That's like almost 3 times, or 2 or 3 times.
Also, she basically said, we know how to work? And I said, yeah, I'm sure Will knows how to work it.
Will passing through, kind of drinking his thing. I know how to work what?
Soul Steel, right? You would have worked.
Fuck you! No, I don't. What?
What? What kind of smith are you?
I'm not.
You're a master craftsman. What the fuck are you doing here?
I mean,
Sure.
I don't know. I mean,
Cleric?
let me rephrase. I know how, but I don't have the, sort of. I've never.
Huh.
Yeah, you gotta like get a divine prayer. You gotta, I'm not licensed for that. Let's put it in terms we understand.
What about Gorza?
Oh yeah, go ask Gorza.
Gorza, you know how to work Soul Steel?
Gorza's. I mean, all steel is sort of soul steel. It all has a soul to it. So, in a sense, all the steel I work can help grow my soul steel.
Literal.
So that's also a no. Okay, we're real fucked here. I think.
So,
Manticore.
yes, my friend.
I feel like you're
What
not
do you-
trusting in the vibes.
Oh, I'm reading the vibes pretty accurately.
What's
this
the
time, Paul, and
problem?
I don't mean to question you, but
Yeah.
I don't know that we've got 40 pounds of Soul Steel, but I don't think we have anyone who knows how to work it.
Ooh. Well, that sounds like a challenge
You
for
know
whichever
anything about
side
this?
of. No, I don't know how to work with soul steel. That sounds like a real problem for whichever side of this is involved in doing that, because it ain't me. I'm more theoretical about I'm figuring out how we steal from God. That's my plan right now. Wait, you're saying we literally don't have a way to do it?
We have apparently.
I'm sure old Quinn
got
has something up her sleeve if she gave it to us.
Old Quinn.
We've got a druid who is feeling their way through it, and Will who read about it one time.
We have
I'm
Will's
assuming-
like, I didn't read about it. I understand the process. It's just like you understand, like that's what like the god of the smiths would use that. You understand? Like we don't just. I don't have a divine hammer, for example.
What about the one that's always
Just get a
smoking
divine hammer.
or whatever?
What?
What's your hammer? Isn't the one?
Well, it's magic, but it's not. What?
Then let's just get a divine hammer.
I'm gonna go back and make the signature pieces. I'm not. And he just
How
goes
hard
back.
could it be? We already have 40 pounds of souls. Whatever.
Speaking of which,
Just make a divine hammer out of the Soul Steel. And
I'm
then
assuming-
I can't shake the. I knew I like it back there better, and he just goes back.
I'm assuming Quintessa's seeing it here herself.
She
Yeah,
is.
she
As
is.
a matter of fact, she arrives and says,
Yeah.
"Yes, so you have someone who can craft this for you.
So what
Is
do you
that
want
right,
to work
dears?"
it?
What's that?
What do you want to work the metal?
Oh, do
So
you need
Will can do it.
you need me to work the metal, the soul steel?
Well, technically, we just need a divine hammer. I think is what's going on here.
Well, but you also
Will
have
says
to
he
be
can do
sort
it.
of- Oh, he does. Oh, perfect. So he has a divine
Yeah,
hammer.
that's right. That's what you said, right, Will?
Yeah, he
No,
said
what
he
I said
already
is if I
has
had a divine hammer and I had, was like attuned to it through the, and he kind of pauses and notices that Quintessa,
I'm not hearing a problem if we get you the divine hammer.
right, but I haven't. I'd have to like attune to it over, a long
Okay, then let's
period
do
of
that.
enholification.
Hey, so Quinn, what do you want?
What do I want? Oh well, I just want to help. But are you saying you don't have anyone who can do this?
Probably not as good as what you have.
Understood.
It's
Yes,
so
of
nice
course.
to
Well,
meet you. My
in
name
that
is
case,
Dawn.
and she kind of just like, they open a case and sure enough you see it, like the steel is kind of just radiant, like you feel the power of it. Like it doesn't harm you, but like when they open this like raw steel in this thing, it's like it's insane how this sort of steel seems to have a presence. You can feel the very soul of it. And she says, "Yes, if you're looking for assistance, I thought this might happen, so I went ahead." And she then opens up her own case, and there is a glowing hammer and glowing tongs within.
Well, see, it wasn't even.
Will's
hard,
like,
it was already here.
Right, I can't actually use those at this moment. So, and she says, "Don't worry about it, Will. I'm here to help. I'll go ahead and craft this with you, no problem." And she just picks up.
Do we have a?
Really feel like that scene in Ted Lasso, and Rupert just pulled out. Oh, I forgot I had these.
Yeah.
It's my private darts.
Do we have a standard 1 second, Quinn, and then can we gather?
Sure, you guys can gather. Is it Manticore or no Manticore?
It's fine. He can come.
Manticore's like, great. She can do the grunt work. This is perfect.
Do we have a standard contract so she can't steal any of our stuff or have claimed any of this or put her name on any of this?
No, I think we're gonna kind of have a hard time with that because she did provide all the materials.
She's providing the materials, and she's offering her. She is, she is the highest level of craft. She's, the highest level of crafter even over all of you. So our marketing campaign is now gonna. This will probably be considered a collaboration between QDL MEI, MOUSE.
Can we?
When do they get here?
What's that, Fondlin?
When do they get here?
She's here now. That's her, right? Who we're talking about?
Her?
Yes.
But she just delivered the
You don't remember her?
stuff for Will.
Wasn't she your employee? This lady and this lady's showing up.
This will never not be hysterical to me.
Can we at least do our God-stealing bit away from her so she doesn't get eyes into
she's just gonna
The Manticore sort of like puts a hand on Mr. Glurk and says, Mr. Glurk, that is the smartest thing you've ever said. Absolutely. Mr. Glurk and I are going to go work separately from the rest of you on this, but we'll come in at the end to imbue this with what is required. Sound good?
No, but sure.
Perfect.
Well, we can't have her getting that piece. That's like our secret.
No, I
sauce.
We
agree.
really can't have
I
her
don't
getting
like
that
any of this,
piece.
really.
No.
This went from something I was really on board to something I really don't like where it's going.
And to think, Asheen, if only... Asheen, you are 2 for 2 at picking the perfect planes to steal power from. Your idea last week for a viscous kind of plane, that was breathtaking. And this divine, amazing. We needed the soul
I
steel.
don't enjoy being your muse.
Huh. Well,
I mean,
I'm sure
we
you'll
still
have...
don't know where we took it from, though.
From
No.
last... Right, and we don't need to worry about it. Phlogiston, right? Okay, we'll be gone. So, with that... yes, Fondlin?
We really should tell Will to get started.
Yeah, Will, you should get started.
Will's just double think...
Good as a Claire Smith that can't use it.
I feel like
I
after
do
this,
realize
we can't
that
be
that's crazy, but that's where we are. I recognize
One
that that's...
fucking job.
But I really wish Jeremy were here to suffer this indignation himself. You know what I mean?
I really do too.
You're like, oh, you're Alexa
Can we-
Smith.
wait,
You can't do this.
Can we text him just to see if he can show up for like 5 minutes?
Unfortunately, he's literally
I
in his
really
class
like the
right
idea
now.
that
It's a
he-
bummer, but yes.
Joins in for 5 minutes and he's just berated that whole 5 minutes.
You fucking idiot.
All
All
right.
right. Well,
And don't let her talk to any of our people. Don't let her touch any of our stuff.
No, well, she'll be under our supervision. She'll be working with like.
Let's
Fondlin
pick
and
somebody
I.
to keep an eye on her 100% of the time.
Lustra, sounds like a you job. You're sort of a manager here.
all right.
Look, if you sort of herd us around, I think you can keep an eye on Quintessa.
Sure, of course. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started, and we'll get this
And
process
Lustra?
going.
Maybe Susan
Yes.
can join that too.
Susan's like,
Apparently, our former employer will be arriving shortly.
Yeah, just put on best airs for when that happens.
And keep an eye out for her.
My-
Or him. It's not clear to me.
Wait, is the master mage on the way?
Oh,
the mystery mage.
The mystery mage.
Yes.
Lustra, I feel like Lustra, in a very different context, really wants... Hold on, I'll roll. If I roll a 20, she'll be daring enough. Oh, that's a shame, because it was a 20, but it rolled to the 14. Lustra wants to say Jack Donaghy's great line that he says to his liberal girlfriend in one of the seasons where he goes, God, I want to kiss you to keep you from saying something so stupid. In any case,
Claire Fonnellan would just do both.
yeah, she'll keep trying. Yeah. So, we know what 2 of our our Bastion actions are. Will is going to be continuing on his stuff over there. I guess actually you could say no, you'll have no income at all if you do that, but you could have Will, do a different Bastion action.
No, I don't trust him with anything beyond these pendants anymore.
We're gonna send Will to school after this to learn
magical seminary. All right, so Asheen and Faudelin have done theirs. Mr. Glurk, what do you want yours to be? And then as a group, you can pick one for your boy Reginald.
Chimera?
Sorry.
Chimera doesn't get to pick one. He's not a partner.
I forget if we pick like the smithy or the workshop. Does that help us on the crafting, or is that more they're just doing their own?
Those are for things to do their own separate things. Yeah.
Okay. Would anything in the laboratory help us with the crafting on like the alchemist side? Doesn't seem like it's going to really touch any of that.
Alchemy in this, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, you could try to get some research done through the pub. Through
I was thinking maybe can use the pub to get in front of some of this word of mouth. That
okay. That's great.
Yeah, that it's
feed some better stuff
that
out
it's
into the ether.
Yeah, that's an MEI production in association with QDL. Right.
With assistance.
Under the direction. QDL under the direction. I like that actually. An MEI production in association with QDL under the direction of MEI.
Yeah, it's an MEI sandwich. Yeah. All right, cool. All right. Well, yeah, you can attempt to have Rivia do that. What do you want to do for your final Bastion action? I mean, meditation. The laboratory is. I don't know, and you can go. Also, if you wanted to, I guess you could say, maybe you can take. Here's what we'll do. We'll do the smithy. To retrofit the smithy to deal with the divine stuff. You'll have to use like holy fires and stuff. Okay, so I'll let them roll. I'm gonna have them roll first because that will affect target rolls. So they're gonna roll first off. They're gonna roll for that one. Rivia's will happen later because that's a sort of fallout thing. Anybody throwing a 12 on this?
Can we use Reginald's?
Yes, you can't use his other dice, but I will let you use his 12 for this. That's fine. Alrighty. Or do you want to roll it for him?
No.
Me?
You got it.
I really don't. I rolled a 2, so that's a +7. Man. However, it is an 18 on the dice thanks to the advantage. So 18 plus 7 is 25 plus the standard 9 is 34. Do you want to use any other dice on top of that? Save them. We've already used the D8.
We're at 34.
34.
Yeah.
Maybe we should use somebody's D4.
Yeah,
it'll be the NPC D4. We'll throw it on.
Yeah.
That automatically gets you to the 35. That is 2 things over. So that means for the steel crafting portions of this, that is going to be for the sort of soul steel, that will be reducing by 2. Down from the 25 targets. So that'll be 8s and 3s.
Before I'm gonna ask this.
Yeah.
The potential to like spend my D20 to get an additional bastion.
Yeah.
Action. If we were to ask the alchemy lab to make holy water to quench this stuff in, would that help?
Yeah, I guess it could help. Yeah, that could help.
So Reginald was the smithy. Mr. Glurk's was the bar. I did the archivist. Faudelin's meditation.
You could have, if you wanted to not spend your D20, you could ask Will to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's got it.
And
it'd be nice for him to contribute.
Gotta be good for something.
You know what? I'll even let you throw on his D12 as well. Reginald and Will can contribute their d12s. It was a 12, but it bounced because it hit the side. However, it was a 10, so that's a plus 15. Okay. So plus 9 is plus 24 is... So close. I rolled a 10 and a 5, so that's a 34. Once again, a 34. Do you want to spend another precious die of theirs?
Wow.
Okay, so that will... But I'm going to reduce that by one more thing, so it's negative 3s to that. Okay. All right. As does Laboratory. Okay, so here we go. Getting into it. Quintessa Deluxe is also now here to play to help you guys out. Roll round 1. This is going to be for the control that Asheen was talking about. The basic like the idea that you're sort of this is a staff of command, in other words.
Sure.
Target for this is high. Target for all these are going to be very high. Target for this is, God, it would really suck if we fail this at the end. Target for this, for the command, is going to be 35.
Okay.
So we're going to have command.
So
you're going to have 3 rounds. Command, vibe, and power source. Channeling.
Alrighty.
So, given my... I could do just, I think, rationally, given how much sort of enchantment magic I know, that I could just do my spell casting.
Totally. You know spells that are related, absolutely.
Oh, did the princess say she's going to help too? Do we get anything from that?
Princess won't be helping with the crafting. She's too busy,
Got it.
Yeah, doing other
Rubbing
stuff.
oil
Yeah.
onto muscles.
Somebody's got to.
Okay, so.
Unless... this is just the command aspect. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'll go in on that for just my spell.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Okay, so I have advantage and guidance.
And are you? I assume you're giving. So you're giving inspiration to yourself, Glurk. Well, you can spend it for yourself, but you're giving it to Glurk, Faunolin, the Manticore, and Quintessa Deluxe.
Well, I don't have that many left.
Oh.
I have 3 left. So I will give 1 to Glurk, 1 to Faunolin, 1 to Manticore.
Not Quintessa Deluxe. Understood.
Well, she's such a good craftsperson, she probably doesn't need it.
All right. Asheen?
She's all negatives.
Asheen, make your...
She's just deception is like 50.
Here we go. Oh! I rolled a 6.
All right.
So hang on, that's 23 plus 9 is 32, which with the 2 shifts is right, because you said 35, but with the 2 shifts it's 30.
Your 32 is a 35. You hit it.
So I can't use my inspiration,
Sadly.
But
also you've hit. Yeah, they make it harder, but they may not.
Right, but
this is
supposed to take control of a whole realm, right?
That's
what
true.
This is supposed to do.
That is true. It's not a whole realm. It's It's the Eldritch armies of Lair Loy.
Oh, sorry, just that.
Yeah,
just that.
That. Just some legions.
I don't remember the fuck any of these dice do. I'm gonna add my D8 and my D4 on top of it.
Okay. While you're doing this, I am rolling for Quintessa Deluxe, just because she's obviously doing the crafting of the thing.
She's Smith, right?
She's doing Smith's tools. Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Unreal.
What do you got?
I rolled a 1 and a 2 on those dice, so I'm up to a 35 now.
So what you didn't need.
Yeah.
We did it. All right, your girl, Quintessa Deluxe. You did what?
You need to stop that.
Who does? Pierce?
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't happened in 30 years.
Quintessa Deluxe rolled an 18 on the die and a 4 on her D4. That gets her to a 22. And she has a plus 20, which is a 42. Will keeps peeking in and being like, oh, God, you know, and Vonlin's like, Will, you should just.
Well, why are you doing this?
You hear Angel singing with every strike of the hammer as she sort of puts this into place, kind of as per Asheen's explanation. Fonlin and Mr. Glurk, what are you guys going to do?
I think for this one, I was just doing Tinker's Tools.
Go for it. Fonlin, you said what?
Arcana.
Go for it.
Or would... No, Arcana is probably.
I mean,
right.
saving Arcana for later is always good. What did you want to do?
How many rounds are we doing?
3 rounds. But so you can only use Arcana over the course of all 3 rounds. Yeah.
Unless you expend.
Unless you expend the
use
D10.
Arcana?
No, Arcana unless somebody expends a D10.
Oh, misunderstood. Okay.
Yeah.
Although, like, how's your persuasion? I don't know if you could, like.
Yeah, it's your
Will
persuasion.
to get off his ass and do something?
No, it's like you're putting your powers of persuasion into making sure the scepter persuades the undead legions.
I probably should have done that. That's a plus 14.
I have a plus 10. It's not like.
But I already did my thing. But that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Persuage. All right.
Good, because when we come to the vibe check, I feel like you and I should team up on that one, Fonlin.
The tracks. I am going to spend my D4 on this so I could hopefully get advantage.
You already have advantage.
I have it.
Right.
But no, if you roll a 4, you'll have triple advantage and you'll keep the die.
Let's do that.
Yeah, why not? Give it a shot.
The tools are plus 10, right?
Yeah. Generally speaking.
And then your bardic is a 12?
It's a 12, but you have to fail.
You have to be under 30.
I have a 28 right now.
Oh,
fails, right?
bardic. Yeah.
Got
Do
a
it.
3.
Sad.
But I still have triple, right?
No.
I just don't keep it. Oh, I thought I just didn't keep it.
I'm sorry, would you not have expended if you knew you only got triple on a 4? Maybe that should be, actually. Maybe you should get triple if you already have advantage. Because that would encourage you to do it.
And then you get quadruple.
For now, no, but for the future, we'll reevaluate. Yeah. Glurk, what are you at?
33.
Nice. Hey, that qualifies for this. Oh, actually, Quintessa Deluxe is a 45 technically, because it's a 42.
So that is a flat 30. Yeah.
30. All right. And the Manticore, following your lead, and based on what this is, Manticore will throw some deception in here. Ooh, nice.
Can he not just also throw I guess not. Fine.
Is your deception better than your persuasion?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Oh.
No. I brain fart. Don't worry about me.
All right. He rolled a 32 exactly.
It's not going well tonight, guys.
That is exciting for him. You also rolled an 18, Pierce, because he also has a plus 14 to. Oh no, you rolled higher because you had a yeah. Oh, I guess I could throw. No. He won't. He's not going to use the inspiration. He'll save that because 32 counts for this. Yeah, he's not going to do that. Okay, cool. And then your little worker people have to try.
They're employees, Philip. Damn.
They are employees. Okay, they got a 15, so 24. I'm gonna throw. How about can we throw their D12 on top of this to try to raise them up a bit? They're at a 24 right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Also, I could not.
No, I think that's okay.
12.
They get to keep it?
They do get to keep it. Actually, no, they don't when you're expending it.
No.
Sorry.
God,
Shoot.
Damn it.
Would have been perfect, but sadly, no.
Well, what's the 12 get you normally?
The 12 normally gets They can't do that onto themselves. You know what? In light of everything, we've had some bad rolls tonight. I'll say they keep it. That's fine. So 24 plus 20, 36. Okay. Wow, they're the second highest under QDL. They're all working really hard to impress her. All right, so that's 35, 42, 30, 33, 32, 36. I don't know if you've already done the math, Kevin, but otherwise...
I did.
What is that?
34.6.
It's a 35, so it counts and it's over. We love it. All right. All right, so with that, you have done what you've needed to do, and you believe that this thing contains the raw material to exert control over an entire undead, spraying legion eldritch armies. You can do the whole thing. So that's impressive. But now, to make sure it can only be used by the right hands, when she hears that you're doing this, Quintessa Lux goes, "Oh, that's actually a really good idea. That's very thoughtful of you. You know, it's good to put in some checks and balances in an item of this power. That's really smart. I like that thinking. Very clever. Very smart. Very demure." Yeah. Okay. So, for this round, did I hear Faudelin and Nasheen are going to team up?
If this is the vibe check round, yeah.
Vibe check. Quintessa's just going to work the stuff again with her plus 20. Oh, target for the vibe check is actually not as high. Target for this is only a 30. Because, you know, and if you go higher, then great, but yeah.
Okay. So...
It's just the 100, right?
Yeah, you two just roll. Yeah, just the tens column you guys roll.
What are you guys rolling?
Oh yeah, what are you coordinating for? For
Arcana, I assumed.
No, for I thought you're gonna do insight.
Oh, that's a bad idea for us to...
Okay.
Well, I have a +8.
I have a +5.
Yeah, it's not as good. Yeah, what skill do you guys want to use for this? You want to do your Arcana for it? I guess that makes sense.
Well, insight makes sense, and if it's only a 30,
I guess we could do that.
A 30, yeah. I think between
plus
us
13.
Together, we
yeah.
could...
You both get a +13 on it if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Go for it.
Okay.
All right. So first roll your D10 and see if you wind up with your insane benefit.
100.
Ooh.
You got 2 zeros?
Yeah.
Pierce,
don't screw it up.
No, I got the last time we did this. I got the 100 and you didn't.
I don't remember that.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, KJ. We're gonna do it. I did not do it tonight. I got a 30. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, nevertheless, so now you each roll at advantage. So you're rolling. No, you both roll 3 dice.
All right. Okay.
Sorry, not 20.
Okay, we got it.
Oh wait.
And you both.
Okay, so not gonna try, but I got 19.
It's a 33 for both of you because you go with the high one. Now you both can put your. Now this is separate, but you both put your guidances on.
Right.
Oh, right. 2.
2. So that's a 35. A Sheen.
3. So I got 36.
35, 36. All right. All right. Very insightful. All right, Mr. Glurk, what are you gonna do?
Perception? Is that
yeah, that's good. Kind of get lured about the person.
That is a 32.
Hey, we're hitting them. Counts as a 35. Your okay. QDL rolled very bad, but managed to get a 29 on those.
Whacking.
Yeah, but that hits the 30 with the thing. Manticore, I don't know what he should do. Ooh, he hasn't done he'll do an investigation. He'll make sure everything's going to plan because he has a high modifier for that. That's pretty good. That's a 33. And then our other friends will... great, a 19, so that's a 28 for them, which is already hitting the target. Do you want them to spend any dice, or should we leave them for later for the thing? Okay, cool. 28 from staff, so that's 35, 36, 32, 29, 33, 28. Everything's over the target, so I assume the target will be over 30.
Yeah, we're at 32.
32, that counts as a 35. You've exceeded. All right. Nice. So. With that, you have met your first target with only a few points to spare, and you've exceeded your second target. So you are very confident that the vibe check part of this, like, it's not going to, like, go to the wrong person. Only the people who have the vibe Faunalin wants them to have can do it. Now, did Faunalin pick the best vibe? That's a Faunalin question. Well,
absolutely, yes.
Of course she did. So many cult leaders can so easily use this thing.
No, because their vibes would be like they'd have that negative undertone and it wouldn't work.
That's true. I bet Faunalin can smell it out. All right, so
I would love the idea that Faunalin. I would love the idea that Faunalin can't pick up this.
It's like, oh my god, whoever has the vibe. Anyway, I think, and again, for legal reasons, we're saying anyone can pick it up, but only the word, only the vibeful can activate.
Sure.
Legal reasons, if he be worthy. All right, for the planar power, I'm gonna first roll for Our Lady at the outset. Quintessa Deluxe. She'll say, by the way, this meditation garden of yours, it is very effective. I do appreciate it. Why isn't that one woman in there ever wearing clothing?
It impedes with the vibes, is what I've understood.
Okay. Fascinating. All right, she's going to do her crafting along the lines. That is a 3 on her D4 thing, so that's... Oh, I didn't say the target for this. It's high. It's 40. Welcome to the game. And exceed it if you can, because this thing will be more, all right, so she does, however, get to... Ooh, she's at a 38, but that counts as a 40. You know what, though? She's Quintessa Deluxe. She's going to bring this together. She's going to use all of her dice, because she has them, too. She's throwing the whole thing on. All right. So, Faunalin, what are you going to do while I add these up? Garbage. So, Faunalin or Oshin, what are you guys going to do? Arcana? All right. QDL hit a 66 with all her dice. Okay.
Woo!
And I'm going to throw everything.
Of course. I love it. Oshin, what are you going to do?
First, I'm going to ask a sort of bargaining question here.
Please.
Which is, I'm not a particularly religious person.
Mm-hmm.
What could I don't know, persuade the...
Already been used. So you'd have to use a D10.
Oh, that's right. In that case, then.
Yeah.
And no. Yes, in that case, actually, I'll just, I'll do Tinker's Tools.
Sounds good.
I don't think I really have another skill, and I'd rather just be able to throw the 10 on top.
I get it. And remember, it is 40, so if you're under 40 from your initial stuff, you can then add the D12 from Oshin.
Okay.
I'll just do the staff roll while we're doing it, because they can't change anything.
Okay, I'm going to expend a spell slot to regain a Bardic Inspiration to then expend it on myself.
Yeah.
53.
53, not bad, Faunalin. I have a question. Do you guys want me to save? They have 4 dice left. We're letting them keep the D12. They have the D20, the D6, and a D10. Do you want me to save any of the staff dice for Rivia's roll? Or Riva's roll? The sort of the reputational stuff you're having them do, Mr. Glurk? Or should we spend them all right now on this?
Spend them now.
A 2 on the D20. What garbage. However, it's still going to be over 40, so it's good. 46. They got a 10 on the D12, so that was good. I'm glad they got it back. Otherwise, they would have had a 36, been under. Okay. So, Faunnelin, what was your Arcana again? 53? And Asheen, how was your Dinker's Tools? He's still rolling.
I'm adding the last die on.
Love it.
53.
53. Alrighty, sir. 53. Got a couple of 53s. It counts as a 55, which is 3 over. That's good. Alright. So, Mr. Glurk, what were you thinking of doing?
I think our new little Arcana.
I think we're going to do our new Arcana. You and your guy on the thing. So, first of all, let's roll our D10s. Or our percentiles. Get a match, get a match, get a match, get a match.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
I didn't get it, sorry.
80.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Alright, now... we get to roll 3 dice each, all using the same thing. And we're adding, I think, 30 to this because we both have a plus 15.
I think so.
Yeah. Aha! All right. So with a plus 30.
Woo. I got the 20.
You got the nat 20. So that's a 50 starting point. I'm throwing everything on top.
I'll save the 12 for
them. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, cool. Well, I got a 20 now.
Well, there you go.
70. 74. I think I just got the highest I've ever gotten on any roll. Or that we've had in this game for any roll.
6, 5, 2. What do we start at? 50?
Yeah.
So 83.
And a 95 for the Manticore.
Look at that, he's vibing.
No, that was last round.
Pay attention.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's fun. Okay, so we're at 66 plus 53 plus 53 plus 46 plus 83 plus 95 divided by 6. 66 average. I don't think it's our highest. Execute order 66. It's not our highest average. But that's because... Oh, but I think it actually is our highest average on a night when there were 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, with a 66 average, the hammering has been intense. The smiths have been working. You're all completely exhausted, despite the ample meditation. But when all's said and done, and everybody make a wisdom saving throw. All 3 of you, if you would. Manticore doesn't, because he doesn't actually care.
$21.
21. You're okay. Asheen?
10.
I don't like that.
10. Faunnelin?
16.
16. Faunlin, you're also okay, but Asheen. Actually, the only one who it would matter would be Asheen. Asheen. The degree to which it bothers you how good Quintessa Deluxe is at smithing this soul steel, and she is, like, it is so well done. It's so irritating. It's like, this is the best smith thing you've ever had in here. And she's saying so many things like, your workshop is very impressive, actually. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Also, and to which the thing about it is, I just seethe with anger for Will for not being up to the task and making me have to work.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to allow you to not have it be the thing. Because you failed a 10 and you failed the sort of this wisdom save, you do yell at Will. You do shout at him.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take it out on him.
I love it. All right. However, at the end of this time, Nimia has been watching, and she's like, and soon Ivasar kind of lurches up behind her. He's injured, but healed and grim and brow.
Oh, you're a big one.
I think you missed a spot with the oil.
Would you mind if I rub in that missed spot?
I do not need the hands of a craftsman upon my body. All I need is a blade in hand and a mage before me, daring.
Well, we can give you one of those things.
You can give me nothing, craftsman. Make her trinket. This is all pointless and meaningless. All that matters is the battle itself, and I will have my vengeance upon Runagash.
Well, this will make it so you don't need to do anything.
Yeah, we've already won the battle before it started.
No.
Yeah.
You've stopped the war, but the battle goes on forever.
Well, you'll see.
Nimi will say, technically he is right. All this does is stops the armies, but then we will take the fight to Runagash. We will stop
the
him.
Army.
What's that?
Just use the army.
No. The command I give would never be to activate that army. It is too much power. Only someone who grasps this scepter, based on the powerful enchantments you've put on it, the only one who can activate the scepter is one who would never use it.
I guess that's an interpretation of what we did.
Yes. The scepter, undead armies, power, irrelevant. All that matters is the steel in my hand and my enemy on the battlefield.
Meanwhile, Riverman and Susan are just like, did you try those real puffs are good too. You guys have a really good kitchen here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. So, the scepter...
If you want anything special, just ask the kobold. He can make anything.
Oh, we have been. We've been asking like a river. Yeah. Riverman's like, he made me river food. I was like, maybe some river food, and he was like, okay. And then he did.
What is river?
What?
Just leave us a place where we can send you your bill.
What bill?
The food wasn't included.
Riverman and Susan are like,
just the item.
Kidding.
Oh, he's kidding. Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
What?
Look, Mr. Glurk, I'm pretty sure the Yeti and the Scuba Man devouring our food is gonna bring so many people in here to watch.
Yeti, I don't know about the Scuba Man.
Oh, man.
Sorry. Just say his power's rivers. And see how many people show up to find out what that means.
What? Where's the guy whose power is rivers? Where's the lady whose arms are the desert? Okay, so with that, Nimia takes the scepter.
She can't use it.
And she
Fails the fight.
She's gonna try. The scepter begins to glow. And she says, I can feel them. The Eldritch armies. I could summon them, or I can let them sleep.
Execute Order 66.
I can have them turn on Runagash. But no. All they want is peace. I can feel it. I can feel
The vibes.
She stands down the Eldritch armies.
What is the name of this staff normally?
What you have crafted is the Scepter of Lair Loy. Probably what you would have done.
What could we call it? The Immaculate Scepter of Lair Loy.
Oh, the Immaculate Scepter of Lair Loy.
Because the vibes are immaculate.
Oh, I'm not happy about it, but fair enough.
Just call it Slay.
And with that, you've got to say goodbye to Slay, you guys. No more Slay. All right, so with that,
Not me not summoning the armies.
not me summoning the Eldritch armies, not me standing down the Eldritch armies. All right, with that, the Eldritch armies are done. Your mission is completed. Quintessa Deluxe packs up her items and says, "Well, that was pretty wonderful working with you all. I have to say, though, as good a job as I felt I did, things really came together at the end there. I didn't quite see just how you I obviously, this is drawing power from some sort of divine heaven, but how did you create such a perfect link?"
I think you'd understand the importance of trade secrets there, Quintessa.
Oh, well, of course, I mean, sure, but what a fascinating idea.
You can ask Will on your way out.
He's at the back. I think I'll go out the front. But anyway, it was wonderful working with you. Asheen, you're a very skilled craftsman. Mr. Glurk, all I'll say is MEI is a wonderful business, and all of you leaving QTL is certainly our loss.
Wonderful.
Yep, see you later, Quinn.
Can I just clarify my Tinker tools real quick about
Sure.
what I did? I wanted to basically have, because we do like brand everything we make with like a little brand.
Yeah.
For MEI. I want it to be like Jacobs by Mark Jacobs level of like MEI branding on obnoxiousness on this particular one, with like with assistance from QDO.
I really feel like that would throw the vibes off more than anything.
Fair enough.
But you can, it's fine.
No, that's fine.
She kind of, but she like gives like a shakes each of your hands and says, "This was excellent work." And to Fondle, and she says, "I've learned so much from just watching how you operate. I love the meditation idea. It's really very, very progressive, very smart." Okay, so she'll kind of head out.
Gotta do it naked. Don't forget.
I'm not sure. What?
Yes, precisely.
And just kind of she'll sort of head out. You do notice that she does take back the rest of her unused soul steel,
That's understandable.
which probably like 25. She probably only needed about 15 pounds to. She was rolling so well. She didn't. Yeah. All right. Nimia says, "We are now off to battle, but thank you for what you've done here. You've saved not only the city, but not only the world, but countless other worlds.
I mean, you could just use the army and nobody else has to,
No, that
go to
army,
battle.
I could feel it from this beautiful thing, something that I swear I felt a sort of heavenly sense of wisdom and calm upon it. They want to rest, and they deserve to rest. But now Runagash and Princess Tahut, no doubt they'll be after some other troubling plans, and we must meet them head on. Come, Susan. Come, Riverman. Ivasar. My bound warrior. Let us go." And they exit. And as a sort of closing moment, the Manticore will sort of sidle up to you, Mr. Glurk, and say, "Well, we really did a good job with that one, didn't we?"
Some of our best yet.
Indeed, we exceeded my expectations. A shame what, Mr. Glurk?
It's gonna go unused.
Mr. Glurk.
I'm sure will be able to use the rest of it.
Oh, she took the rest of the soul steel.
Who?
Precisely.
The mystery mage.
Did he finally come for his appointment?
Yeah, he took the rest of the soul steel.
Oh, good for him.
Manticore seems like he was about to sort of say something to Mr. Glurk, but kind of listening to the others laugh, he just kind of... He just sort of nods and says, "Good work done by all. Now, let's go see what old... Oh, I didn't roll for Riva! You want to throw your D12? Roll your D12.
Yeah, let's do it. 12.
12? Oh, that's a plus 17. No, it's a plus 22.
Yeah.
So that's 31 plus 10, so 41. So yes, around town. Riva does a good job. People know it's MEI. Manticore seems like he was going to say something to Glurk. Not some secret thing like something, but hearing Asheen and Fondlin and everybody and Reginald stumble back in and saying, "Okay, I think my ulcer closed, so how much did we lose on this?"
We didn't get paid.
Right, but did I just see Quintessa Deluxe walking out of here?
Well, yeah, she supplied. Actually, we didn't really lose any money because we just
we lost
had
that gem.
Yeah, but we didn't know we had that.
You lost the gem and you lost some sales. You lost productivity, but yeah,
No,
you didn't
we
lose
didn't
much money.
Lose
our time.
them, we used them.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to look at it. And if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So we did the opposite of losing it.
Okay, so it still hurts. We didn't make any money. That's almost as bad.
But it was exquisitely crafted, though.
Well, of course it was. Even though she did it, that's not as good. Oh, okay, but I'm just gonna keep drinking.
We tried to get Will to do it.
Yeah, well, he's a deadbeat. I'm not a dead. I just. Also, Shane punched me. So with that,
Yeah, you had it coming.
I literally did. Okay. So as you guys
hit
do
you
this-
hard?
Hammer.
Yeah. Maybe you should
Isn't
find
Will
some
the
divine.
jacked rock gnome too?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I chose
where
not
did
to
the-
defend myself.
Yeah.
With that,
No, maybe you should find some divine protection.
I can't. I'm a. I have no definitive. Just full Rumpelstiltskin. At this point,
One fucking job.
yeah. At this point, the Manticore watches you guys bicker over all of this and kind of smiles to himself, a satisfied smile. In his mind, things are really going about as well as they could be. Mr. Glurk, who he finds an excellent partner in these things, has a single-minded focus on just profit, which means he doesn't quite understand just the value of the information. He, the Manticore, the technique they're learning. But the Manticore understands all too well. The real question is when you roll a 95 on a challenge like this, tapping into the divine, stealing power from the gods,
Borrowing.
siphoning. With a 95, do you think maybe you can find a way to keep the tap open? That is where we'll end tonight's session of MEI. Ooh, the Manticore has been such a fun addition to this.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
Don't worry. He's reformed.
We're fine.
Yeah, the recidivism rate in comic books is so low.
Exactly.
100% success rate in Arkham.
So, with that, guys, thank you all for watching. This was a lot of fun. Isn't it amazing? I just saw your comment, Pierce. This really is more stressful than combat.
It's so much more stressful
Because
in combat than ever.
there is a possibility of failure in a way, that there is.
Well, I think it's also the drama of I don't know.
Yeah.
Like when I roll in combat, I know when I've hit. I know when I've failed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for watching. Obviously, I sort of posted them from the Discord, but the schedules has been irregular and will remain irregular here for the time being. We might be able to do a game on Wednesday, but I just don't think I'll be able to. So it's more than likely our next game would be 1 week from tonight, and that one is also a little iffy. So I will post on the Discord whether or not we're playing, but we'll probably be off for a while here. Unfortunately, on Twitch, you can no longer watch like our most recent sort of like archives. We can't even upload those archives anymore because of the new Twitch rules. They are on YouTube though, so go ahead and head over to the YouTube if you want to watch like last week's session of MEI and all that stuff. And yeah, join us next week, hopefully for this game. But go to our Discord. That's a great place to sort of be in touch and participate in the vote. We will do a vote for next week's session, but if we don't play next week, we'll do some other weird side vote, I guess, like we did, which is how we got Susan and Riverman in here. And Whisper was not here. Whisper actually won our most recent vote, but I sort of said Whisper will be in the
Yeah, I just assumed you didn't want to run back to your apartment in Burbank to get glasses.
We'd be here all night.
Oddly, they're more accessible here.
Oh my god.
It's not as fun. I'll have to make sure I leave them downstairs next week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Any of you guys want to mention anything, plug anything, talk about anything?
Yeah, I think given just the level of tone I felt like this episode had, I'll recommend what is probably the definitive movie about sort of a dimensional rift threatening two realities with sort of an invasion of a force, and that is the Super Mario Brothers movie with John Leguizamo.
Bob Hoskins.
Oh, the original.
And Bob Hoskins.
Yeah.
God.
And Dennis Hopper as Bowser. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, no one's going to top that. Anybody else? I said no one will top it, but then I gave you the opportunity. Guys, thank you for watching. I've missed playing this game. It's always so fun. I hope you enjoyed the silliness. We'll be back next time. Until then, if you need magic items, you need MEI.